So back to the area of drug discovery, drug development and all that. What do you see here, the opportunities for AI, especially in terms of rare diseases, gene therapy, cellular therapy, immune therapy, and I know we're actually moving to that direction. But what are the opportunities in your view?
I would say the opportunities are immense. I have a personal experience, like my people around me, their kids. I have quite a few occasions where I run into cases that the people have rare diseases, but none of the doctors they went to see could pinpoint the problem. And but I'm telling you right now, either ChatGPT or DeepSeek, they are better than 99.9% of doctors in terms of rare diseases. Because of what? Because these kind of conditions are so rare. Any given doctor, let's say general practitioner, it's very hard for them to pinpoint the problem. And usually somebody with a rare disease, especially a rare genetic disease, will have to go through 7 or 8 rounds of different doctors to be able to finally pinpoint the problem, if they did pinpoint the problem. But one time I put in my friend's kid's condition into ChatGPT, and right there ChatGPT told me what it could be and turned out to be right.
And that hadn't been picked up by the doctors.
Hadn't been picked up by the doctors.
Wow, that's a great tool. There's a lot of opportunities there.
Yeah, it's already helping doctors, in these kind of situations.
Oh.
Yeah, and so a few years ago, Cyagen collaborated with a university in China, the top one, Tsinghua University, and we started this AI center, and we started to work on a database called Rare Disease Data Center. So in this database, you can easily find.
And that database, correct me if I'm wrong, that database is publicly available, right?
Oh, it is publicly available. Yeah, we're now going to make it.
Okay, so if they want to go and find it, the people who are watching, can you give them the website name and how?
Oh, just go on to either Google or Baidu and type in RDDC, the full word,
which stands for
Rare Disease Data Center.
Okay.
You will be able to find it, and it's going to be free for forever.
Oh, well.
Well, this is our contribution to the community. Because we are working for so many years trying to provide different kinds of products, services to the community, but we also want to bring something to the community as our appreciation, that our services, products have bring in enough money to sustain us to move further. Okay. Now we're profitable. I think it's upon us to make some extra efforts to make this kind of contribution to the community. And so in this RDDC, you can find a lot of interesting AI models. Yeah, that we implemented. For example, I could give you one example. For the past so many decades, a lot of researchers, especially the clinical researchers, they run into, let's say, a condition that is running in the family. So if it is running in the family, they suspect that is caused by some genetic mutation, right? Most likely a monogenic mutation. And if they studied it and they did enough sequencing, sometimes they're lucky, they can pinpoint that mutation. But in our experience, there is a certain percentage, between 5% to 10% of these kind of single base mutations are actually causing the RNA splicing problem.
Okay.
And before, this is, usually overlooked. Yeah, I've seen, high impact papers. I'm talking about, very serious research science, this kind of caliber research, right?
Okay.
And studying one mutation causing certain conditions, and all the genotype to phenotype studies on mice, and all this kind of different studies on human published in the high impact paper, but in the end, they overlooked that actually the mutation is causing the splicing problem. Because I put that mutation into our AI tool, right there it shows that there's a new splicing site. A big chunk of the DNA is cut. It's not just one SNP, one base pair change.
So how does your model work exactly? That, like you said, there's these unknown mutations that are disease causing and nobody have looked at or oversaw.
I cannot say that we're the first to come up with these AI models, but just a few years ago it came to me that hey, we can train the computer neural networks to do this kind of prediction because what? Because the genomic sequence, because human genome project has been finished, right?
Yes.
And the transcripts, because they're making the DNAs. So if you do the RNA sequencing, those RNA sequences, right?
Yeah.
And those RNAs are being spliced. So you know exactly where are they, how they're being spliced. So the intron, exon, you know exactly where the boundary is, right?
Yes.
And you have tons of this kind of data in your genome,
which is already available.
Okay. You don't even need to do additional wet lab. They're already available.
Wow.
So I believe that's must be over 5 years ago. It came to me, hey, we can do this. So I told our AI team, next week when I come back, I want to see result. You just put in the genomic sequence data and the transcript data in, because where the splicing mechanism inside the cell is going to cut, right? The right answer, So you just use this answer to train your computer neural networks, and it's going to give you very accurate result. It turned out to be the truth. The next week I came back to the group, and they presented to me over 99% accuracy.
Wow. And now for the RDDC, so how many of those monogenic rare diseases already are there that people can go in and see if they're kids or their relatives?
We're not inventing data in this database. Basically, in this database, the data are from close to 20 different databases around the world. The NCBI, Ensemble, ClinVar, you name it.
Yes.
So the idea is that we want to put everything in one place that people can easily go in, even without much bioinformatics training. They can easily find what they want. It's about the gene, the mutation, the phenotype, and all the variants that are known to cause diseases. Yeah, and even the drugs, clinical trial. Everything, you can find everything in there related to rare diseases.
So let's say that's quite cool, Lance. It's great. You've done a great job. Actually, this is very impressive, and I think I saw.
I don't know.